Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're having a lovely day. Welcome to today's episode of How You're Usually Getting Screwed But Not Anymore. I'm your host, Louis Rossman, and today we're going to be following up on the video that I did last year on Bose SoundTouch speakers losing functionality as a result of them disabling certain smart features because they're no longer supporting the product. There's an article on consumerrights.wiki that goes over Bose killing SoundTouch functionality. They sent out a notice to all of their customers. So the lost functionality and all these different SoundTouch speakers was going to be streaming services, multi-room audio synchronization, app-based control, preset management, Wi-Fi music streaming, security updates, firmware patches. And while some of this stuff you are not going to have into the future, they're doing two things. They just came up with an announcement that, number one, they're going to be extending the date from February 18th all the way up until May 6th, 2026. But more importantly than that, because I don't care about a temporary extension in something that is simply going to die in the future anyway and not allow you to have ownership of what you bought and paid for, they're actually open sourcing all of their documentation. We're making our technical specifications available so that independent developers can create their own SoundTouch compatible tools and features. The documentation is available here, and this is the API documentation. And as you can see, this is over 30 pages of information, and I think that this is a great start. Now, I am not a programmer, so I'm not quite sure exactly how useful this is going to be to people that want to be able to create tools that allow you to use your Bose SoundTouch speakers the way you did before, but it is a start. It is a show of goodwill, and I think that is a great thing to see from Bose. I'm very happy to see that they've decided to try and work with the community. Again, there are laws in the United States that I talk about a lot on this channel. One of them is called Section 1201 of the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. One of the problems that I have with Section 1201 of the DMCA is that it says that even if you are unlocking something or breaking a digital lock for the purposes of fixing something, if you show other people how to do it, you can go to federal prison for 3 to 5 years. Now, when this law came out in the mid-90s, it was really trying to focus on getting rid of piracy. It was trying to focus on combating piracy, which really not worked at all. I can show my 77-year-old father, who's almost computer illiterate, how to download virtually any movie without ever getting caught inside of 5 to 10 minutes with his crappy home internet connection. This has not done what it was supposed to do. But what this law does do is it makes it a crime, a federal crime, punishable by prison, for me to show you how to make your speaker work again if I were to break a digital lock in that and make it available. That is serious bullshit. Now, we are trying to reform this law here at Fulu Foundation. We're trying to push back against it. We're trying to log many different companies that take part in these anti-consumer practices at consumerrights.wiki. But the best possible thing that could occur, above all, is when a company decides to do the right thing up front. And that's what it looks like Bose is doing here. They actively want to work with the community. They're not just saying, we're going to extend this a few months and hope you forget about it. They're saying, we're going to make things available so that hopefully when we stop supporting this product, you have the tools that you need to be able to support yourself. That's awesome. Looks like they care a little bit about ownership. I don't use Bose products. I'm a bit more a fan of the larger speakers. Like, you know, my dream speakers is more of a Genelec 8381, a TLCS 3.7, a Vandersteen Model 7 than it is a Bose Wave Radio or any of the Cubes or anything like that. I'm not really into the small Bluetooth speakers, but it's not about what I want. It's about the principle of the matter. And above all, what I think is really important here is to thank the employees at Bose that made this possible. If you work at a company where you just get a paycheck, and you're probably not going to get paid more if you are poking at the company culture and being that person that's bothering everybody saying, hey, I don't really think what we're doing is fair. We should do better. You're essentially sticking your head up. You're going to make a meeting longer. You're going to make somebody else's work harder. Somebody has to dig through documentation to find something. Somebody has to ask the legal department, are we allowed to release this? And all that trouble is happening because of that person that may not even get recognized. But I want to make sure that on this channel, even if I don't know your name and I never meet you, that we recognize you here. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart for giving a shit about ownership and making it easier for people to be able to say that they own these products they bought and paid for. You're probably not getting rewarded for this. You're probably not getting a bonus for this. And in fact, some of your coworkers may not even like you because they don't even care about Bose speakers at all. They don't care about any of this DMCA, whatever stuff I talk about, and consumer rights and ownership. They just want to be able to work their 9 to 5 and go home. And you may have made their life a little bit harder, but you did it anyway because you care. To the people at Bose that made this possible, to the employees at that company that actually decided to stick their neck out and give a shit, thank you. I don't know who you are, but thank you. This is a website that is also maintained by my nonprofit that has many contributors that will go over all these instances of anti-consumer activity. And you can search up numbers of different companies. The whole idea here is to log every single one of these instances of anti-ownership, anti-consumer behavior in the hopes of making consumers more aware of it, consumers making different purchasing decisions, consumers holding companies accountable, the press covering it more often, and above all, getting companies to change. Because when you look over here, what did they say they credited with the change? They said at the beginning of this Bose article that they have been listening carefully, that they've heard from users with questions and feedback. All of you have been emailing Bose. All of you have been calling them. All of you have been poking and bothering them. And that is not spitting into the wind. You actually did something. You didn't just change your profile picture to a Clippy. You actually did the thing I was asking you to do. Thank you. You're creating real change. And I hope that all of you will continue to help me create this change by contributing to consumerrights.wiki and making this website as good as humanly possible, Create articles whenever you can. Clean up the articles when you can. I saw that Bose's response, where they are updating this and saying that they are going to make this stuff available, has actually made its way into the article before I even did, which means that this website is living on lovely, even if I'm not a part of it. And that's all I ever wanted. A community of people that care about these issues, that care about consumer rights, that care about ownership, that are willing to do something about it. Get me all proud. We'll see you in the next video. Bye now.